So this is going to be a visual representation of the way that we as a family, as a pagan family, celebrate the Wheel of the Year. And I'm using the common symbol of the wheel with the spokes. But what is a little bit different here than a lot of families do is that for us, the holidays do not start and end the seasons. They are the midpoints of their seasons. So you can see that I've got the solstices and the equinoxes on the corner, and then cross quarters, and then the seasons themselves. We do first winter, second winter. So the winter solstice is the midpoint or the peak of first winter, and like of second winter, etc. So real quick, just going to borrow my toddler's crayons here and fill out the color representation of what is happening with the seasons. So we celebrate each of the seasons, and then the holidays themselves, not only are they a celebration of that season that they're part of whatever 8 seasons they are, the holidays themselves also are in honor of one of the types of life, either as type of animal or ecosystem, which we depend on or have some sort of symbiosis with. So Imbolc is an honor for the bovines, the caprines, the livestock, those who we get milk from and food from. Ostara, we honor the birds, so the chickens and turkeys, those who have eggs, etc. And also during this time we recognize the other egg layers, so the fish and the reptiles and the amphibians. In second spring, the main holiday is Beltane, and Beltane is when we honor the plants that are crops, the forbs, those flowering plants that bring us food, as well as the primary producers, so the algae and cyanobacteria and all of those. Havmas is the word that we have for the summer solstice or midsummer, and it comes from Hath, which is the Welsh word for summer. So the other side of the Wheel of the Year, and the winter solstice and the summer solstice are the major holidays that we celebrate. We honor the arthropods during this time, and as you can see, we've just gone ahead and done a little honeybee, one of the many sisters. Lammas is a time that we celebrate the grasslands and talk about all of the different kinds of ecologies that our world depends on, but specifically focusing on the grasslands and the root structures, the carbon sequestration, all of that. Mabon or Mabon is for the decomposers, so our fungi, the worms, the soil life, the bacteria and protozoa, all of those guys who are working to break down decay to bring rebirth. And Samhain is the time of the ancestors, honoring our dead, those who came before us, both our human ancestors and those before we were human, spending some time remembering them and honoring them. And then the winter solstice, Yule, Christmas, midwinter, there's a lot of different names for them for that time, is when we celebrate the forests as well as the wild. So looking at the predator-prey relationship and really honoring that. So some of those that we would talk about, the deer and the rabbits, the bear, all of those. And then starting again, round and round. I'm also adding in here the major things that are going on in our climate in particular. So in this winter time, first winter, second winter, all the way into first spring actually with the snowstorms, my climate has monsoons. So we have a 3-month period in which half of our rain for the entire year, which is only about 6 inches, comes, but it is a huge event for our climate. And then, of course, the planting season, which really doesn't get started until about Beltane. Our last frost is the 15th of May. And harvest. So we also often refer to second summer, first autumn, and second autumn as first harvest, second harvest, and third harvest. And I put a little pumpkin in there because we grow lots of those. So thanks for bearing with me on this. Here we go. This is our personal wheel of the year.